And good morning, Minecraft. This is Mr. Kassarian, and welcome to another episode of my Let's Play series. So today, what are we working on? Well, we're going to be working on a new building to do some processing. Yeah, processing. Let's say that. Alright, so what type of processing are we doing? Well, we are going to be processing uranium. I want to build a nuclear reactor soon, and to do that, I need to process uranium. So this should be interesting. Alright, what do we need? Well, I need to get myself some wood. So let's get ourselves, let's say 4 oak wood planks. 2, 1. You know, I could have just done this through here. There we go. Alright, and then let's make some sticks. And let's make something we haven't made in quite a while. Blank pattern. Alright. Blank patterns. What are we going to use blank patterns for, you're asking? Well, yeah, it's pretty simple. Okay, those are set correctly. Let's get this in here, and let's find... No. There we go. Chisel head pattern. Let's go into our part builder, and let's make ourselves a stone chisel head. Excuse me. And now we can put these away. Alright, let's get... what is it? 1 aluminum and 3 copper, I believe. So let's pull our 3 copper. Requested 3 copper ingots. Request successful. Alright. And you guys know all this. What am I doing? There we go. My fingers were off my home keys, so... what, kind of weird. And let me come back once I've made this thing up. Be right back, guys. Alright, so now we can actually make our chisel. Reinforced 3. Nice. Alright, so what are we going to build this room out of? That's a really good question. And we're going to build it out of something kind of cool. We're going to use iron. Well... we use iron for part of it. What can I get to? Iron. Fancy iron. And I shouldn't need that big of a room. That's the main thing. So why don't we go all the way back around here? Where do I want to put this? Maybe right about here. Seems good. Alright, so... let's go... 1, 2, 3, 4... 2, 3, 4, 5... 6... and 7. Okay. Actually... move this forward a couple blocks as well. There we go. And because I want to build kind of a cool way to get in and out of this room, because remember, we're going to be processing uranium. We're not just, you know, processing any old material here. So I want to build kind of a cool way to get in and out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. that. Start it there. And then here. And I'm going to need to run power over here, but that's okay. We can do that. Oh, this is all the stuff for the... Okay, I know where I am. Down below us is all the piping for our... What is that stupid thing called? Downstairs is all the piping for our structure. One. Nope, I want... One, two, three. Ceiling. Should be good enough. Let me come back once I have this building built up for you guys. Alright, so how are we going to control entrance and egress from this facility? Shouldn't be too difficult, mind you. Not too difficult at all. So let's get upstairs and let's start making something. It's called a drawbridge, and I just want the basic one. Bronze, aluminum, brass. Okay. Dispensers. Okay. So we're going to need 2 dispensers. Shouldn't be too hard. We just need some string. Each bow is 3, so I'm going to need 6 sticks. Shouldn't be too bad. The name of God is a drawing table. A fuse. I don't want a fuse. We're going to need 3 more sticks. No. No, we're fine. We're fine. So we're going to get 2 redstone, and I have a bunch of cobble. We get 2 dispensers. Nice. Alright, now I should have some blank casts over here. At least the ability to make 1 or 2. Oh. Yes, well. Interesting. Alright. So the only problem with this setup, by the way, is that it makes it quite difficult to do things manually. But I think if I jump outside... Yes, yes I do. Okay, good. Blank to boost the power of this thing. Alright, so let me get this blank cast, and I will be right back. Alright, and we are all set now, so I should be able to pull... Oh, I need redstone. Hold on. Quest, please. Why? There we go. Alright, so we have the drawbridge. Now, the drawbridge is actually what I'm using right here. And let me explain how these work. Because it's not entirely easy. So what I'm going to do is we're going to jump over here. Gosh. And these things can be a bit tricky. There we go. Let's come over here. There we go. So the way these work is that when you come over here, right, you place a block that you want it to look like in this slot. So... Now, I don't think it does connect to texturing. It just takes on that block's appearance. So I could come over here and I could say, I want you to look like edge stone bricks, please. And I want you to come over here And if I get the stuff out of my request pouch, and I want you to look like fitted quarried stone. And it blends in quite nicely. But now what I can do is I can put this here into its little inventory. And over here, if I get out my fitted quarried stone, or edge stone bricks, excuse me, and I can place it here. And now I'm going to request, do I have any levers? No. Do I have a stick? Yes. Request a stick. Thank you for the stick. Turn the stick into a lever. And you can see it deploys the edge stone bricks. And actually, when they're deployed, it works. Shiny, right? I think so, at least. Alright. So now, I'm going to build a circuitry system up there, probably in between this episode and next, that actually works. So what I'm going to be able to do is push a button over here, click. This panel will open. I will step through, trigger a pressure plate around here somewhere. This panel will close. Then I'll come over here. It'll wait, and this panel will open. I'll be able to step through. And then this will close automatically. And then there'll be a button here to open from this side. And there will also be an emergency escape button probably over here, in case someone gets, trapped in the hallway. But that will probably be done between this episode and next. For now, I'm going to go make some machines that I need, and I'll talk to you guys in a minute. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, to make a new machine. The canning machine. Oh, for heaven's sakes. There we go. And this will allow us to turn our uranium into uranium cells. Now, what we're also going to do is get some items that allow us to interact remotely with this equipment. Because to be honest, we don't want to be anywhere near this thing when it's actually processing. Yes, insulated. I do have one insulated tin cable. Nice. Perfect. Alright, so this is all set up. We have water going in here, and now let's start the next step of this. Let's get some export buses. We need 1, 2, 3. Request. Oops. Alright. Let me go sort this out, and I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. So, let's take our basic import buses and just put them all along the front. And what these do is, these will just pull items straight out of this inventory with no real regard as to, what the item is or how it's set up. Alright, so let's put our cable there. Awesome. Now, let's take our basic export buses and put them along the top. I think so. I think this is how this is supposed to work. Crushed uranium ore. Okay, good. So that's all we need to put in there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to request some uranium. Now, this is going to be tricky to do. Because once the uranium is processed, we're going to have a heck of a time actually moving it around. So we're going to tell it that. And now, I have no way to put items into this thing. No, I do. I can stuff that in there. And you should see in a second, it should be pulled out of here and exported. Ooh, that's the thermal centrifuge. We don't want that. We want it to go into our macerator right there. And it's going to start macerating it nice and obediently. I like that. All right. Now, I don't want to pick this stuff up, because if I pick it up just like I am right now, I will die. My character will die a horrible death to radiation poisoning. So before we do anything else, we need to get some items put together, courtesy of Industrial Craft, because Industrial Craft adds the hazard, and they also add the hazardous material suit. Alright, so the first thing we're going to need are some rubber boots. Is that how they work? Rubber boots. Oh, I need some wool. Okay. They changed the recipe on me, it looks like. So let's just make some wool. Awesome. Rubber boots. Now we need to make the hazmat bits. Hazmat chest goes in like so, and I need 2 orange dye. Suit. Oh, I made 2 sets of the hazmat suit. Oh, crud. And the leggings. And I guess I'll have a spare hazmat suit floating around. No big. Okay. And the last thing we're going to need is the scuba helmet. That isn't too bad. Alright. I think we just need another piece of orange dye and some iron bars. Do we have any iron bars around? I do. Request the iron bars, please. Orange dye. Gonna need some glass. And those iron bars, which I have no idea where they'd wound up. Gets us the scuba helmet. Now if we put all of this on, instead of our shiny, and I don't know if the power suit will actually protect us or not, but just be on the safe side, let's get our shiny hazmat suit put together there. And this, oh my gosh, I move so slowly now. Ugh. And this will protect us against that radiation poisoning. Hazmat suit on. Yes. Alright, so it was pulled out into here. So now we take our crushed uranium ore, and this is the ore washing plant, and we tell it that we want it to get processed properly. And then we should see our ore washing plant kick on and start processing. Now this is going to take forever and a day, so I'll be right back when it's done. And we're done. So we get some tiny piles of lead, some stone dust, and some purified crushed uranium ore. Now all of that is getting pulled out right now, alright? So we're going to take our purified crushed uranium ore, okay? And we're going to tell it that it needs to go into the thermal centrifuge. Now the thermal centrifuge has to build up some heat, and it also happens to take forever and a bloody day. Okay? So you can see it's building up heat, and it takes a really long time. A really, really long time. But it's processing. Oh, that's how I get lithium. What the heck do I use lithium for? Nothing. That must be Greg Tech integration. So you can see it's building up the heat. It's probably eating a whole bunch of power. And I'm going to have to connect this. Right now I have solar panels out back and a power cell there. But I'm going to have to connect it through to my main system. So let me come back once this thing is actually decided to run properly. Alright, so we got ourselves some uranium-238. And it's piles of uranium-235. We'll be using the 235 in the future to make uranium-235 and enriched nuclear fuel. I don't think we can do anything with the 235 yet. But the enriched uranium nuclear fuel, I'm not entirely certain what that does or what the MOX does. But, well, okay, it just becomes fuel rod uranium. Oh! Okay, so then we have to craft it with the enriched uranium nuclear fuel. Okay. You know, this is one of those moments where I wish that we had Zycraft, because I'd just throw a fabricator over here and be done with it. What do I have that can craft stuff automatically? Well, I have a crafting table. The automatic crafting tables. Could use one of those. I think that might be my best bet, is the automatic crafting table. Alright, let me go make one of those. Yeah, let me go make one of those and I'll be right back. Alright, so I just made myself a precision export bus by combining a basic processor and a basic export bus. And we're just going to put it right here. Awesome. Now what we're going to tell it is export uranium and tiny piles of uranium. And I'm hoping this actually works. Sort of. Okay. Sort of. I'm not entirely certain if this was designed to work together, but we're going to do it anyways. Alright, trick with ME. Oh, hey, look, it actually found the inventory automatically connected to it. That's incredibly rare. Alright, so let's get ourselves some more uranium ore. Request some if you would be so kind. And let's chuck it in here, because apparently we need a couple pieces of uranium ore to actually make ourselves enriched uranium fuel. And I believe that's what... Yes, I need the enriched nuclear fuel to do it. So we should see this entire process kicking off now. And then it will get pulled. We'll get our 2 crushed uranium ore pulled out. It's sent into the ore washing plant. While that's happening, we're also with this canning machine going to need to not use a basic bus here. We're actually going to have to use an advanced one of the precision export buses, because we need to put 2 different sets of items in here. We need to put some empty cells, if we check this out. We need an empty fuel rod, which is an extruded iron plate. Okay, so let's get ourselves... let's get ourselves a stack of iron and just make ourselves a stack of these fuel rods, shall we? And it's pretty simple. You just roll out a... You roll out the iron into iron plates. My gosh, I'm so slow without my power armor. You roll them out into plates. Oh, wait a second. Whoa, 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 whoa. Canning machine, other canning... Okay, good. Phew. And then you extrude those plates out into fuel cells. So that's not too bad. We'll get that running. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to steal these. I'm going to extrude those out, and I'm going to do the rest in there. Because it's more important to me to have some fuel rods in, so that I can actually set the system up than necessarily stock that system with a whole bunch of them. Alright, there we go. Okay, let's jump downstairs. You know, you really forget, after you've been wearing like power armor or boots with haste on them, how slowly you actually move in Minecraft. So let's get over here. Now let's configure this precision export bus. I want to export fuel rods. And I may have an issue here. Actually, it may auto-sense, which would be a really good thing. So how is this thing working? Okay, good. Thermal centrifuge is powering up. Takes bloody forever. I'm not certain if there's a way to lock this thing on. I really hope there is. Now, you can also go, by the way. Huh. I thought there was a way just to go straight and skip a couple steps in here, but apparently there isn't. Sometimes IC2 will offer you kind of a faster way of doing things. You could also make uranium blocks, which are, well, yeah. 2 different canning machine recipes. I went with one of them and not the other. And once this thing reaches 3,000, it should start running. There we go. You see the light down there just turned green, and this thing will start centrifuging. Now, let's get ourselves... We'll go to full production on this. We'll get ourselves all 60 of that uranium. Let's get 59. We'll get all 59 of it, rather. And this thing... Oh, we're running out of juice, probably because it's nighttime out there. But hopefully it'll have enough power in it to complete this processing step. And yes, I'm going to hook this up straight to my main line. Alright, there we go. System just shut down. We're gaining energy in there again. And now we should see enriched uranium nuclear fuel. Now, if I didn't have the hazmat suit on, my character would probably be dead right now. So let's chunk that in there. The canning machine starts to run. And we should get ourselves one of those cells. Now I'm going to get myself an ME interface. I'm missing glass, seriously. And now we should see that we have a uranium fuel rod sitting in our ME chest. Pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. Now, as always, we're waiting on actually the 235, which I'm not certain if there's any better way to get it, but anyways. So, with that done, we're going to wrap up this episode, I think. Yeah. We're going to wrap up this episode here. In the next episode, we're actually going to work a little bit on making this a bit easier to interact with. And I'm going to hook it up to my main power network in the middle of that. So, thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Mr. Kasarian. I want to thank you all for watching. As always, it has been a pleasure. So, see you all in the next episode. Happy mining.